Hello, welcome to Speedgaming Live 2023. We are here for one of the last races of the group stages in the Link to the Past randomizer tournament. I am here with my co-com Malmo.
How's it going?
Yeah, and hopefully we will be here to commentate for you, help you through the race, see what's going on. So I don't think we've got too much to play at this for this race. I believe Thalane is currently 4-0 in the group. And Anglhz is 2-2. Unfortunately, for Anglhz, I don't think he will be able to get to a playoff position. So more or less, this is just for placements in the group. I think we should be starting off soon. It looks like. We're just putting the last things together, and we will be getting our countdown underway.
Bonk party. Is he on Spec Rock Bonkers team?
No, he's not actually,
Oh.
but got a shout out for the Nordic community there. So anyone who doesn't know this mode, so this is the SGL mode. It's very similar to the standard or the casual boots hard. So we will be seeing a limited number of heart pieces and heart containers. We will be getting maximum blue mail. We will get maximum tempered sword. Half magic doesn't exist. It's replaced by a small magic decanter. So it kind of relies a little bit more on execution and skill.
It's not the hardest of the hard modes. We've seen ones where you don't get blue mail at all, and silver arrows do exist in this mode. But one thing I've noticed is that because the hearts are split up into heart pieces, that people take a little bit of time to get to a comfortable number of hearts to start doing Dark World bosses.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of races where people have been picking up Master Sword in Ganon's Tower. So it can rely on you to be doing some terrible Vitreous fights, some Hammer Trinexes. So we'll see what happens here. We should hopefully be going quite soon with this race. But yes, I believe this might be the last race of the group stages. After this, we will have the play-in race. A lot of tiebreakers, I believe, in the group, so there'll be a lot of people with that, but that will be restreamed.
That will be on this channel following the race that is happening right now. And we are off.
Here we go.
We'll sit at the castle.
I always love the uncle hints. Not only are you taking his sword and shield, you're also taking his pack lunch.
The runners have a sword, but they can't swing it yet. They apparently don't have arms. They just have a sword sticking out of their chest, so they can dash through bushes, and then when they talk to Uncle, the Uncle teaches them how to swing the sword.
I like that. I saw a pendant at Hera. I saw 5-6 crystal at Eastern. I think it might have been another pendant at Desert, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But no doubt we'll get another map check at some point on Angel's side.
One of the many heart pieces we'll be seeing.
Yes.
Until they at least decay into, I think, do we actually max out hearts in this mode, or is it just go on to 20?
I believe it does max out. I think it might be around 14. But generally probably won't be seeing more than 10 hearts for the runners. You don't really want to be wasting too much time picking up heart pieces. As we can see, some NMG strats. So this early part of the escape sequence, we've seen it hundreds of times. You know, this is just muscle memory at this point for these runners. Like beginning and the end of the seed are generally, you know, a little bit more muscle memory for these runners. It's the in-between and these difficult boss fights sometimes. Things like Misery Maya, when you're only on a fighter sword, you're like, do you want to go there? Do you really want to be trying to face it off against Vitreous?
Even if it's not too hard for you, it can sometimes be a speed issue.
Yes. I mean, there's been a couple of people who have just dipped into Misery Maya just to try and collect some items and want to come back later.
Yeah, you have to make that calculation. Is it really faster to do a fighter sword Vitreous fight or to like come back and do Mire 2 again? Usually it's, if you're good, it's, you have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily faster to get the boss. You also might leave and not find what you need and still have to return and do fighter sword. So that's the other risk.
Yes, that's the problem. So we haven't found too much of escape. We're just still sitting on that mushroom right now. So we'll see if they decide to hand it in quite early.
It's not too hard to get to that spot from Sanctuary when you exit. You can set up a water walk at the bush hole near Graveyard and then turn in the mushroom. But I don't know if casual Boots players do that because you can't do anything from the mushroom. Once you're there, it's a save and quit.
Yeah. But you might see them do Kakariko, go to Link's house, and then go in from that way, the little whirlpool. And at least that way they've got the option to save scum the mushroom if they want to use it later.
That's true. It is a little faster to do it from Sanctuary. Like, I think as at Sanctuary, the fastest way to turn in the mushroom that doesn't involve having the flute is to just, like, walk there with the water walk. But the save scum option is definitely worth considering.
But of course, it's always fun when Kena Samaria ends up being on the mushroom.
Oh, nice sword.
Yes, the runners would be happy to see that. Like, more than normal, I've been excited when I see that Master Sword.
So there are still 4 swords in the pool, but after you get 3, the 4th sword doesn't count. So the chances of finding Master Sword are still the same.
Yes.
But also, like, with the extra burden of having only 3 hearts or 5 hearts, it matters more that you get it early.
Absolutely. And the same with the shield. I believe we're limited to 1 shield.
Yeah, there's a lot of runners who I would say would not complain about that setting, but...
Shout out to all those shield dislikers out there in the community.
Shoutouts to anyone who plays with a sprite that doesn't have the head part. That's...
So yeah, escape done. I think it was about a 5:14 there, so pretty fast.
Casual Boots escapes can be very quick.
Yes.
People will gun for things like sub 5.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
But I think people who care about that wouldn't do their map check in the rain state. And I think both of them did.
Okay, so very early bow.
That's... Yeah, that's early bow. You could do Eastern. Which is a crystal.
Yeah, and it's a 5/6 as well, so added extra little bit of value there. So we've seen some really terrible things on the Lumberjack ledge in certain seeds. We've seen moon pearls and gloves up there. Today, just a red rupee. So we're probably not going to be going for that. Unless, of course, Agar is required. We did get that early Master Sword. Which does tend to hint one way or another.
Oh, those are good arrows to have, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't look like he picked any up, but at least he knows they're there.
Yeah, especially if we're going to an early Eastern play. It means we don't have to farm up so much.
You can get all the arrows you need in Eastern just in Eastern, but having a few coming in can let you do some faster strats in the earlier rooms before you get to the pots. Oh, or you could just get a tree full with arrows on it.
Arrows everywhere.
Also fine.
Oh, so we're actually getting this bomb bonk rocks. Good knowledge there. And we're getting 2, in fact. Just going to reset that rock.
Yeah, the casual boots rock.
Yes.
You're going to Kakariko because you got nothing better to do, but you don't have any bombs. I think 2 is a good number because you need 2 for the top half. And by the time you're at the bottom half, you're close enough to a bomb shop that you can just buy them if you somehow didn't find any bombs in these 10 checks or 11 checks that you have.
Does happen, but with casual boots, like there's no keys and maps around, so generally we've got a lot more junk fill out in the world.
If you really felt spicy, you can just get 1 bomb and hope that there's a bomb between the 2, but I've been got by that before.
Yeah, it happens. I like living my life on the edge like that as well, just picking up that 1 bomb.
And I understand the modified item pool might have an effect on the chance of finding bombs in this place.
We did find a cape in there, kind of hinting towards Aga a little bit more now. So we just need that lamp. Then it kind of becomes a little bit of a gamble. I guess not too much in this scene because we do have that bow, which means we don't have to worry too much about whether we want to go to Eastern Palace.
There's a moon pearl.
Yeah, that's nice to find.
And it's worth pointing out that, yeah, 2 bombs was the correct play. They did not find any bombs.
Yeah.
And might have to buy some. They have 1 more chance to find bombs. Because they can't do Chicken Hut.
We're just going to buy the bombs here.
Yeah, a little faster to buy them here than to do Tavern.
Yeah.
Unless Tavern has the bombs you need. But even if it does, you kind of do just want to have a full set rather than immediately use the 3 you get and be out of bombs again.
Yeah, it's only 50 rupees as well, and it's not too big of a deal until Zora ends up being required and you're 50 rupees short. And that's the one and only shield that we're probably going to see. So from now on, any shields we find are going to be replaced by a green 20. A bit of a slow start. Not too much going on right now. It's just kind of giving us that Aga clues.
When I look at Agassiz, I like to think ahead beyond Aga's. What are you going to do after Aga? And a bow makes me suspicious of Pod.
Yes, that's very true, actually.
You might think of Eastern because Bow lets you do Eastern, and of course they're going to do that before they do Aga, but the only thing Bow locks in Eastern logically is the boss, which is not in logic yet. But Pod can be locked almost entirely by the bow if you get the key layout that locks keys behind the bow lock side.
So yeah, Kakariko very dry. So we'll see if we're just going to go straight to Eastern or we're going to do some South Shore here.
I like seeing Angels using spin speed off the stairs. This is like glitch player tech because you go down here always to blind check it. And he saves a little time on thalane by not going through Chicken Hut or through the hut that leads to the maze race.
Yeah, thalane decided to check out that mushroom, see if there's anything important. Might have decided to save Scummit here.
There's the blue mail.
Ooh.
They might find a different blue mail elsewhere, which is, you know, that check is locked behind the mirror and the flippers, so it's kind of likely that they're just not going to get that at all.
It's possible.
Thalane looks like he wants to hold on to that mushroom.
As much as I don't mind the save scum of the mushroom, I find like 90% of the time you don't end up checking it fake powder anyway.
I almost think fake powder as a safety is more useful than fake powder as a check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I think by the time you get around to checking it, you've either got the powder or it's you're not going to find the powder anyway. So it looks like they're both deciding to just take that bow, take it into Eastern, get their first crystal on the board.
They're remarkably healthy for this stage of the race.
It is
6
actually.
hearts
Yeah.
going into Eastern, as you know, they've barely done any of the light world, just Kakariko and Escape.
Yeah, I've seen lots of seeds where they've got Dark World access with 3 hearts, Fighter Sword. But I guess that's one of the added perks of Kakariko being complete garbage. Got a lot of heart pieces, so I was able to get that health. Where are all the items? Like, there's just nothing anywhere.
Well, South Shore is still available.
It's true. I just feel like there's going to be nothing in the light world.
It looks like Thalane is behind by just the mushroom check. So if Anglhz ignores that, he can maintain a bit of a lead. Maybe turn it in much faster with the flute later.
Yeah. There's nothing here. So all 3 items to Eastern Palace are at the back. So currently we've only got the big chest that's in play right now.
If we're assuming it's an Agassi, we expect to see the lamp turn up.
Yes.
So I like to think if I know that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Agassi and I know the lamp is available, that I just assume I have it and start checking things that are behind it.
Yeah, Anglhz decided to skip that big chest for now. If that was the lamp, that could have potentially saved the lane quite
That's a good point. Normally it's faster to do the big chest after this chest, but you're right that because of we were pretty sure the lamp will show up at some point, that there's actually a decent chance that that would have sped them up. But also I think Thalane is probably just really used to this dark room and wouldn't actually be slowed down that much by it.
That's true.
Doesn't look like Anglhz has had any trouble getting through either. This is one of the few dark rooms I'll actually like dash through. It's really not that hard.
Yeah, generally like it's this one and like the Old Man. Like those are the ones that you generally get a lot of practice in. You can kind of just feel your way through the rooms. So it's this room at the back here. This one can get a little bit out of control with all the Igors and the Popos.
Looks like Anglhz is taking no chances with the Popos, which are the main source of difficulty in this room, is actually the RNG of the Popos can knock you out of position.
Yes, that looks like exactly what happened. He
Looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, but he's got the key now. Thalane got it perfectly through. Oh, that's a very nice stash down. I actually don't know if that saves time, but it looks very smooth.
Yeah, I believe it does. I mean, he kind of beat the anti-fairy to the pot there.
Yeah, you can beat the anti-fairy walking as well.
Yeah.
You can pick up the pot from the top and then just walk straight into the door.
Yeah, it's very precise though. It has to be perfect. And in fact, I think it's not great for NMG runners to beat the anti-fairy.
NMG runners do it differently because they get 2 pots with arrows in them.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. But it's also really hard to pick up pots. It's one of the hardest things in the game. So it's really easy to just like slip on the pot and miss.
Textbook quick kill.
Empty dungeon.
Yeah. So we're kind of down to South Shore now for that lamp, which we're expecting to turn up. Not really giving us many other clues. Of course, we could find the flute and hook shot. I mean, we've still got a good 10 or so checks in South Shore.
Casual Blutes players also, I've noticed, do a lot more of the water walk plays out of Ice Rod Cave. Sometimes they'll take it to the bridge, and sometimes they'll take it to the waterfall, or both.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's nice to get these checks, and if you don't find flute is super late, then it's quite difficult to get back to these plays and places. I guess part of the races is trying to skip stuff, but minimize the amount of chances that you might skip something important. We are starting to get a little close to Zora money as well. So I wonder if they have that in mind. It's just more arrows, which has absolutely been littered with arrows in this seed. Picking up that 20 rupees, so I think Zora might be on the mind of Thalane here.
Oh, Thalane's being extra thorough, doing the pincer check of start in the middle and go outward, and then do the other one in a different trip.
I mean, it makes sense at this point because we know whatever we're going to find progression-wise is in South Shore. Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We do love a fetch quest.
The bottles are always empty, right, when you find them?
I believe so, yes.
Good opportunity to toss it in a waterfall and see what I might get.
That's pretty nasty if that bottle was the progression that we need.
At least you know your opponent is not doing Yagina before Kakariko Village. Like, nobody does that. There's 5 checks here in Ice Rod Cave. Something's got to be something. So far, flippers.
Oh.
So whatever we were saying about Water Walk, it's not really a choice anymore. You're just going to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Now we know all the water checks are in play.
You can get a little speed out of using the Water Walk to get to the bridge and then swim back out.
Yeah.
I think that's usually what people do here. Because if you try to take the Water Walk all the way to the Whirlpool, you'll just lose your Water Walk immediately.
Yeah.
Not get any speed boost out of it.
Yeah. Chances are he might just run over to Hobo, because Hobo can be a little bit annoying to get to. It's a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, and now you have to do it. It's in logic, and it's probably your lamp.
I mean, Anglhz being extra thorough there and checking what was on Desert Ledge, I didn't quite see.
Angel's getting his bottle. Still missing a piece of the puzzle here. Unless it's just on Sick Kid.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, that water rock's a good chance to scout the island item, which only the Angels knew about.
Yeah, I mean, knowing Anglhz has a little bit of a disadvantage here to Thalane. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
There it is.
So there's the Agar access that we was expecting.
So you get that, and then what? You go to pod, right? That's all you can do.
Yeah, I think so. Until we're about to find Hammer and Glove here in Waterfall Ferry. I mean, all we are is missing the hook shot, and that kind of opens up everything. So it might just be hook shot here.
Could be, yeah. You don't want to miss these. I'm a big fan of just doing all your Sphere 1 before you do things that don't make sense in the Dark World, like pod without a hammer.
Yeah, especially with how light this seed has been. You know items will have to turn up soon, so you just kind of keep going and force something out.
Bottle refill, not bad. It's a red potion. And the Quake Medallion also in the Waterfall Ferry.
Yeah, they won't be
might
this
be
happy.
needed.
Yeah.
Just 2 medallions that might be required. Very likely to be required because we've already seen 2 of our pendants being Hera and Ice. One last chance for the flippers to unlock something in the overworld.
So the question is now, if there's nothing here, do we go to Sick Kid before Haga?
No. I don't think so.
Oh, Bombos.
Oh, Bombos.
Okay. Well, 2 of the medallions are waterlocked.
Yeah, Angel's taking a long swim.
Yeah. It looks like Thalane actually might be checking Sick Kid before heading to Aga.
Must be, yeah, being very thorough. maybe thinking that that missing puzzle piece like the hook shot might be there.
Mm.
So you're not doing Aga and then returning to the portal because you run out of things to do.
Yeah.
I still think it's just going to be in pod, but that's because we have the bow, and I'm always suspicious of a bow.
No, just more arrows.
Sick Kid says it's the bow.
And here we go, the Aga one for thalane. At
So-
least, sorry.
Yeah, at least you know it's here. Like, you're
Yes.
not feeling like you're taking a big gamble. It took you so long to get to the lamp that you didn't feel like you overcleared the light world either. Except maybe turning in Sick Kid bottle.
Yeah, so potentially Anglhz could save it again a little bit of time here and not checking Sick Kid. But it's a good chance to see kind of where the runners are joined up right now and the difference. Because they've basically done the same thing and we're kind of going to have to converge here on Aga.
I think Anglhz lost a significant amount of time not using water walks in the
Yes.
flipper checks.
And of the Eastern Palace Dark Room had a little bit of difficulty there. The Popo RNG didn't play nice. But generally these races aren't decided within the first 15 minutes. There's still a lot of race to go, a lot of chances. Rando happens, as we all know.
Not a lot of room for self-expression in the light world in this seed. Hopefully the dark world will open up a little bit more.
Yes,
Because right now they can only do pod.
It's very linear so far. It's kind of expected us just to get Aga access in the light world. It hasn't really given us any other clues what else it wants us to do. But it could just be a seed. Grab the possession, progression and follow it. And it looks like Anglhz is also being very thorough. We'll be checking Sick Kid.
Nice spin speed.
So I'm kind of hoping the hook shot actually turns up on Pyramid. Then that just kind of gives us more options. Or even the glove. The glove would kind of give us a few mounting checks.
The glove would give us catfish.
Yes, and catfish.
Everybody wants to do catfish, right?
It's actually not too bad on Agaseed. It's not too bad to get to.
Agate Tower is hard without a boomerang.
Mm.
I think there are a couple of rooms where thalane wanted a boomerang and just didn't have one. Circle of Pots being a notable one.
Yeah, and that's the part of Rando, like these runners have to be very versatile in the way they play. Because every seed can make you do different strats every time. So Anglhz going for the double hit there on the chain guards. As we go in for the Aga 1 fight. And already Aga showing us why no runner particularly likes him. Giving us 3
No.
blue balls on the first phase.
That's not good.
Are we going to get the legendary 15?
At least you know your opponent's getting them too, because you
That's
know
true.
Aga's required. The worst is when you gamble Aga and it's not Aga and you get like 6 blue balls. There's another one. So far we're like,
That's 4. 4
yeah,
for 4.
4 for 4 on possible blue balls.
5 for 5.
Oh, boy.
Man.
We're going to be here a while.
Yeah.
Oh, 6. 7 is the threshold to get another energy lightning phase.
So there's the guaranteed one.
Good.
Oh,
Just keep going. Just keep going. I think Anglhz will be an Aga with the lane.
I think so. Oh.
That's our first guaranteed or non-guaranteed orange ball.
So we're at 8 so far. I mean, what's the maximum now? Like 12 still.
Yeah, you can get 14. It's the same odds as 15, but it feels less good because it's not 15.
I don't think I've ever seen it hit double figures.
I've seen 11 in an NMG race.
Wow. That's even worse for NMG race.
Yeah, it was a race. Happens in a run, you just quit. You just reset. Or you just play because you don't care.
Yeah.
And you have a comfy Dark World.
I think with 11 blue balls, you just play for...
Oh, here we go. Hammer on the pyramid ledge.
I mean, that's a full clearable Palace of Darkness now, so...
Yeah. And it's also South Dark World, Hype Cave up to the game, the dig game.
So that's a red crystal on pod. That was a pendant Thieves Town. Yep. And there we are.
Okay, bonus map check for us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So I think we go straight into pod here.
Definitely full clear the crystal you can full clear. And then you go south to the overworld because it's the only other thing you can do.
And having both 5/6 crystals, it'll be nice if we can find a mirror as well, because that will give us an easy through with the big red bomb.
That would be a really cool early red bomb.
Yes. So you're right about that bow really coming into play here.
I'm always suspicious of an early bow.
So now Anglhz in the Aga 1 fight, about to get the bad news of 8 blue balls.
There's the mirror you wanted.
There we go.
And it's bow locked. What did I say? Something's going to hook shot at Pyramid Fairy.
That would be something. It really did. Like, we've done 2 checks in Dark World and already found a hammer and a mirror. It really did just want us to get to Dark World.
It doesn't even look like the mirror does anything yet.
Yeah, well,
K45, that's it.
At this point, yeah. But I think once we find a glove, that then puts like the Light World Mountain in play as well. So that really just opens up a lot.
No, it does do something. We can do Hookless Swamp. You want to do Hookless Swamp?
Why would you say that?
I do Hookless Swamp when you run out of checks in the Dark World. You can't even Specky clip when you don't have the hook shot.
No.
Looks like thalane counting keys.
Yes, that's... we found 2 items. That's the mirror and the heartbeats there. So the rest are just small keys at the front there.
It's a little bit hard to navigate that room when the beetles get in your way. So we had to do some baiting. Can't even do the cool cane trick that launches you through the blocks. Angel's also heading into pod. Like I said, not a lot of room for self-expression in this seed, unless you really love Swamp.
Oh, the shovel.
That's fine, actually. It's on the way to
and we got that mirror.
K45 and all that stuff that's there. That's a perfect time to have the shovel. Now imagine having that but not having the mirror. That would be awful.
Yes.
Mirror is also good for pod itself. Not having to manage Death Warp saves a lot of time in here.
I mean, it's not too bad with green mail, but yeah, there's a lot of Death Warping otherwise.
He does need this key to progress to the back, so when you've skipped the 2 keys, one of them is key locked and you can skip it, but you do need the other one to get to the back.
Yeah, Yeah, I believe he opened the door rather than hammy-umping over, so did spend
Oh, that's
that key.
right.
Yeah.
He kind of had to because the big key wasn't available yet.
True.
And I think getting
Yeah.
this key was probably faster than getting the top of the maze big key, backtracking to the big chest and mirroring and then not getting this chest.
I also noticed that Thalane, he went into Harmless Hellway before opening the turtle chest. I wonder if that was intentional to try and find both items and then not having to worry about picking up the keys in the back.
That is interesting. I don't have an answer to that. Anglhz during the clears in a different order doesn't get to have the information about the fact that these are both keys, but actually probably just saves time over having to backtrack to that room.
Yeah, so...
Thalane didn't know that the big key was going to be in such an awful location.
Yeah, I mean, essentially it's going to work out exactly the same for Anglhz here.
Very nice NMG strat. Not picking up any of the arrows, though. He doesn't really need them for this fight, but it is an opportunity that exists. I'm actually not sure what he would use the arrows for next, because I think the next thing you would use arrows for would be like Vitreous, and we're not even close to that. Worry a little bit about Anglhz and his health situation, though. He's fallen off the hammer jump bridge.
Yeah, he might just decide to take a death warp just to refresh his health before heading to Helmasaur.
Oh yeah, the lag. We're still on slow ROM. I didn't even have to ask. I can just tell by the way Helmasaur looks. This fight is really hard when you get the lag in phase 2. But it's also hard when you're not expecting it to not have lag and he charges you. Yeah, some real self-defense in this Turtles room. The RNG makes the Turtles really unpredictable, and if you just go for the chest every time, you will get hit sometimes. And they do a whole heart of damage on green mail. Oh, that's a fairy. That's definitely worth it.
Yes. Now we won't have to worry about death
So
warps.
mirror being literally the only thing that they found in pod, is that correct?
Yeah, mirror.
And the red crystal.
Yep.
So the mirror leading to front of swamp and making the shovel easier to check. I guess that was found as well.
Yeah.
We don't know its value just yet.
Was it quicker to run out there?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it's like a wash. I have never timed it for reasons.
Me
it's
neither.
not relevant to me, but it's not relevant to NMG either because you're actually not allowed to save and quit. So it's something you ask a casual Boots player and they will know the answer because they've probably labbed it out.
I mean, I'm assuming if Thalane's doing it, then it's probably the right answer. There's
our glove. So we just have normal Dark World access.
Yes.
It's not necessarily in Swamp anymore.
Yeah, we won't be having to... Well, we might still do it. If someone's up for some particular clowning with this seed.
I think maybe the red crystal is in mind. Oh, or it's not. I'm just going around. I wonder if Thalane is just not thinking about the glove he just got and going the way he was going to go because he didn't have a glove at the time.
Maybe.
Because I think it is a little bit faster to go down and under and lift the rock, but it's literally impossible to register items you just got and like reroute on the fly. Like, that's a really hard skill. So first try dig, very good.
So I wonder if Thalane's going to double back on himself and go for the big red bomb, or if he's just going to mirror and go into normal Dark World access to Village of Outcast area.
That's a good question. I wonder if he's thinking about bomb and swamp together. If maybe Hookshot will show up or just won't.
Yeah, we're in a weird place right now with this seed. From it being super linear, it's kind of opened up some snaking paths for us to follow.
The problem with the path is that it's opened up is it's like we got mountain, that's fine. We also have pendant thieves. Like, do we really want to be in the Village of Outcast area right now and have to make decisions about thieves and skull?
Yeah, it's a
I think we don't. I think we just want to go to the mountain. Meanwhile, Anglhz is in Helmasaur, using sword out hammers.
Yeah, he might switch to the bow here.
Yeah, you can at least get, well, in theory, you can get that spin there. Spins are, for some reason, more generous in the diagonal directions because they're actually squares. I am mildly concerned. Okay, we're good. If he was in real trouble, he could have whipped out the cape, but whipping out the cape requires you to like wait 2 seconds to actually use it, so it's not as safe as it might seem. So Thalane is willing to make decisions about Thieves and Skull, apparently.
Yeah, it looks like it. And also with that mirror and flippers, he's also decided to skip out on that blue male for now, sitting on her Hylia Island.
I think 7 hearts is fine for now. I mean, they're not doing any dungeons for a bit.
Yeah.
Except like Thieves, but doesn't matter what you have in Thieves, really. It's always the same. You either get through Hellway or you don't.
So I can imagine for Thalane, this is a Village of Outcasts clear. And once he's done that, he'll do like Graveyard Lodge King's Tomb and then just mirror up to the mountain after that.
I'm getting intel from Error in chat that Save and Quit to Pyramid is 5 seconds faster than running out of pod.
Okay.
It's good to know. NMG would do it if it was allowed. And actually, there is an NMG Save and Quit category that probably does it.
So Anglhz is going to pick up his glove here. We'll see what he decides to do, whether he's going to put a bit more favor on that big red bomb.
I would love to see some divergence just to give us something to talk about for Anglhz. He's kind of just following Thalane for now.
Yeah, and he needs to do something that's different from Thalane.
Yeah, for the purpose of the race, he's squarely behind. I mean, just in terms of Thalane has done more checks in the same amount of time. But he is doing something different. That's very good. So like if this is hook shot or something, this could be huge for Anglhz. Especially if Thalane chooses to go up the mountain next and misses out on maybe like mitts checks if the mitts are here. Being able to climb Hera and maybe find something up there, which if you can't climb it or you don't want to, it's a pendant you might never come back to, and you might miss out on something important.
Going for the bomb juke strat, decided not to go through the Aga strats. Does get it though.
Oh, that's right. The Aga strats. It's hard to remember all those things.
Yeah.
I forgot the Aga strat too, even though you mentioned it earlier.
Thalane actually going full out here for Thieves Town.
Honestly, I think if you are going to do this early, you kind of committed to it. And he's also probably committed to Skull unless he finds something good here. Sometimes you go in and you count items and you decide on the fly whether it's worth going to the back, and maybe he didn't find enough to feel comfortable leaving.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, at this point, we're kind of not heading towards any dungeons anyway, so...
Oh, a little bit of catfish. That's the natural follow-up to Pyramid. That makes sense. Doesn't look like Anglhz found anything there.
No, 10 arrows and 10 bombs.
Oh, lotteried. That's just bad luck.
Oh, we get a blue mail anyway, so we won't be picking up that one in the island.
Catfish not paying out either.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there for Anglhz, but I wonder if he's just going to go straight up the mountain.
I would be surprised if Thalane never does this, but it is... Oh, and he gets the save and quit, the mirror. That's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of those. Having to mirror and save and quit just to avoid getting on the pyramid. Nothing in the big chest of thieves, so it must be something on blind. Or else Thalane probably wouldn't be too concerned about it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're not particularly thinking about Ped, but...
It's not out of the question.
Yeah.
Anglhz will be the first up the mountain. I mean, this could be really important for him. If he just never goes to Thieves, he is now in the lead.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from what we found nothing here so far.
Not even in the south, not even behind that shovel and pod. It really was just get the hammer and go.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like the mirror has done anything besides eventually get us into swamp. And whatever's on the mountain up here will probably require the mirror as well. There's bottle number 2. It's bottle number last. So you only get 2 bottles.
Well, that dead rock in a very weird place.
Oh, that insta hop you get from spin speed. I saw somebody get knocked out of bounds there yesterday. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was. I think that was in Homemade Beer's match, wasn't it? Or we accidentally clipped over a ledge.
Sign is making Anglhz faster.
No, but it's mildly amusing.
I think he's just protesting the Aga seed and the 8 blue balls that they got. I missed what was on there, but I'm just going to trust that Anglhz knows what it is and is choosing not to get it because it's nothing.
I don't remember what it was, but I know it was nothing important for us.
Ooh, going for the fairy bushes. I think you want to go for the cardinal bushes if you want a chance at a fairy. You can get a heart too. Ooh, that's a very aggressive mummy. So thalane is committing to skull. I mean, I think you have to. If you're going here, you have to do all of it. Boomerang in the middle chest. That's item number 1. What was he stealing a key? I guess people still do that in 2023. I actually didn't know that. I do skull differently, so stealing the key, I never think about it.
Yeah, I don't really steal the key anymore, but then I kind of regret it once no small keys turn up.
He might not have checked bumper ledge yet, though. That could still be something, and he doesn't have cheap. But if he had already checked it, he could just save and quit out of wherever he ends up dropping into skull, and the key steal wouldn't matter.
Skullwood's coming up bust as well, for now. Did we not pick up the
one and done chest?
Yeah.
So it's just a key. So there is an item in the back. Anglhz is also independent dungeon. That looks like I guess Hera was climbable. I have not been counting items.
I know he's found one. I think it was a 5 rupee. So I'm guessing the second item is either here or in the basement.
I don't think he would have checked this if the big key was in the basement, so
No.
it makes sense. And he has the small key still.
Yeah. I mean, definitely wouldn't have been able to open the big chest.
No, he wouldn't. He can't even hair pot. No hook shot.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, graveyard ledge. Right, there's more stuff here. It's King's Tomb, graveyard ledge. He can swim to catfish. Anglhz has already done it. We know it's nothing.
There's just nothing turning up for the lane right now.
Yeah, it feels bad to. Finally, you get to make a decision, and the decision you make is not giving you any rewards. There's item 2 for Anglhz and the pendant. So both have a pendant. Oh,
there we go.
That's a really funny King's Tomb location.
Yes.
So that's a hard required mirror just for the mitts. Not even mentioning swamp and mountain.
The last check that we can do here, and it turns out to be pretty important. That might take Anglhz a little while to get there.
Yeah, this won't be Thalane's last check. I think he might be thinking of. Well, I was thinking catfish, but maybe now he's thinking the mountain because the mitts will change the calculus a little bit. Now he has a bit of an advantage going on the mountain because he can go to the dark world. Oh, if he hadn't checked, well, that's pretty clever. I think he hadn't checked bumper ledge yet.
Yeah,
and he saved it for he's going to do the mountain, and he has the mirror. That's pretty cool. So surely something will be in Paradox Cave for Anglhz and Thalane. So I hate to be the person who brings this up, but I don't want to add bad mojo to this already 8 blue ball Agassiz, but we do have the mitts and the flippers and the hammer and Bombos medallion, and Hera is done, Thieves Town's done, and we can pull Ped.
You alright? So do we go for Ped or do we go for Hookshotless Swamp? Was that starting to...
Oh, yeah. Hookshotless Swamp's starting to look a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in Paradox before we start making bad predictions. I think Anglhz is in maybe a little better position for Ped pull because... Oh, no, because he needs to get the mitts.
Yeah.
There isn't really a good way to get to the mitts that doesn't involve going through that pendant-infested area. Maybe he'll get the book and he can just read it. That would be the best option.
Or maybe get the fire rod. At least he'll be able to get that second item from Skullwoods.
Very true. What is this? Just completely empty Paradox. This is a travesty.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of good because it means that if it's in the Dark World, Anglhz is forced to get to those mitts.
That's true.
Might even just not and like go Galaxy Brain something out of Swamp that the mitts don't lock.
Yeah, it
that
might do.
thalane will be distracted from.
We've also got Spike Cave that he's able to get to, but I don't think he's heading that way.
Yeah, Spike Cave's awkward. It's maybe more in reach for thalane, who will be in the Dark World at least.
Yeah.
And can just double back from Super Bunny Cave.
Because I don't know what Thalane's hovering's like. But I mean, at the rate this seed's kind of been opening up to it, it's going to give us something. We're just going to have to follow it. Just kind of feels like this moral in the seed right now.
It's still, yeah, it's a trickle all the way down. Even when you think it opens up, it just trickles more.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when you play Minesweeper and you click one of the squares and it's empty and you just get this like huge. But then there's nothing beyond it. You just opened up a bunch of empty checks. And it turns out the one you needed was in that tiny corner you wouldn't explore.
Yeah, you open them all, open up all the box and it's like all the numbers and it's like, well, I can't click anything else because it's telling me there's bombs there.
So thalane 2 pendants in. I mean, I hate to measure progress in pendants, but that might be where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm. But with seeds like this, I feel like, especially for thalane as well, like the less he's finding, the better he's feeling about these pendants that he's clearing.
Exactly, yeah. He's thinking, oh, it's just here, but it's not. But if it's behind the mitts, he feels a little better because at least whatever he did there got him to the mitts.
Yeah.
It's harder to do a shallow clear of village when you don't have the mitts. I mean, when I was saying that you need to do all of it, it's because you don't have the mitts. If you had the mitts, you can just come back anytime. But when you have the hammer and the glove, you have to go the long way around to get to the portal. You're probably not coming back for a while.
Although if we do end up finding Kane of Samaria here, we can essentially dip into Turtle Rock if we have the medallions.
Oh, that's not much better than Swamp, honestly.
Yeah. It depends, like if it's the first chest is an item, and then you just leave.
I would almost want to go to like Ice more than finding the cane. It's like at least I can icebreaker it now. Especially when I'm already 2 pendants deep.
It's when the pendants turn out to be absolutely nothing, and then you start sweating a little bit.
When's the last time we saw progression? It was the mitts, wasn't it?
It was the mitts, yeah.
Okay, well, in their defense, we haven't seen anything behind the mitts yet.
Yeah, I don't think we've really looked too much behind the mitts. I think the first checks here are going to be Super Bunny and the first hookshot chest.
Anglhz is going to the back of Thieves, which I now think is a good thing. I hate to say that, but I think this is probably... I don't know. I don't want to say it's Ped, but it's probably Ped.
Yeah.
It's probably just Ice, actually. It's a green pendant, and there's 3 checks in it. It's more likely to just be inside.
And from Anglhz's point of view as well, he's starting to run low on locations, so it's starting to feel more and more like it might be Thieves Town.
I wonder who feels more behind.
I mean, does anyone ever feel ahead playing Rando?
Oh, there's the book. Oh.
Well, at least we can check, Ped.
Everything is available in the wrong order. You have to go past that Skull Woods area to get to the mitts, to get to the book. So you're never going to check Ped on your first trip to Skull unless you completely just hard skip it when you walk past it.
That's a Quake there for Turtle Rock, so...
It's available, but no cane, so it's just on the back of your mind.
Yeah, I mean, we could decide to hover to the first chest.
Yeah, hover, use the lamps to light the torches. Oh, this looks like a hover attempt.
It does.
Thalane, you have beams. I like the little backwards hover just to warm up. Looks good so far.
Very nice.
Just bombs. This precise bonk that only people who know how to hover can do. That's actually a really good reward.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of cool when you get something from hovering that's not like, you know, the hook. Well, it's not going to be the hook shot, but like something huge progression, but it's still nice. You get a nice consolation prize.
Yeah, definitely.
So, tempered sword, you're not going to complain about that. Unless you find a green 20 next, and then you will complain. You worked hard for that sword and never even got to use it.
It's always this check out here that people seem to hover, find it more difficult to hover to.
It is looking very Ice Palace shaped, this seed.
It is.
But of course, Swamp is always there.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like a good friend. It's just always there when you need it.
Yeah, I mean, we've also got Smith Chain as well, so that might lead them, the Ped check into
true.
Smith Chain. And you've got the Bombos tablet.
You have the mirror, you don't have the mitts. I mean, you don't have the flute, but you have the mirror, so at least it's half okay.
Spending quite a bit of time here trying to get this last chest. There we go.
There we go. And the 1/16th magic.
I feel a little bit offended for the lane right there. All that hard work for that.
Yeah, well, you got the tempered, so it's fine. Then
That's
this is
true.
Spike Cave. This is the last thing you can do here.
It'll probably be Ether Tab. Oh, no Ether Tablet.
No Ether Tablet. Oh, we both forgot. Look, we both forgot, okay? I said earlier that it's impossible to route in the things you just got.
We've already seen it in one race, I believe it was yesterday, that Ether Tablet completely changed the shape of the game.
Yeah, it did. That's a...
Are we going to have it? Oh, okay, we've got
Yeah,
Red
it's
Potion.
just a kind of a nasty location in general, but this was the best chance to do it. I think there literally zero reason to go back up there. Is that correct? Except maybe like you've found the stuff you can do for Turtle Rock and you have to take the mirror route because you don't have hookshot yet.
Unfortunately for Angel, he's actually heading south and not north. So we'll be
Oh.
skipping out on those times. So he's probably
Well, it's
got...
not unfortunate if he goes into Swamp and finds something really good
That's
there.
true.
But I think Thalane is also maybe doing Swamp into Pyramid Fairy or just Pyramid Fairy into Catfish.
Yeah,
It's hard
this
to
might be
know.
Bombos into Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, if you're doing Bombos, you're doing Swamp, right? You don't just do one. You can
Well-
also do Bombos Purple Chest together, but this looks Swamp shaped.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know if I would have gone to Swamp at this point. I might have been, like you've been suggesting, like that pedestal.
I would have a hard time just going to Bombos Tablet and not pairing it with something else. It's like medicine, you know. You gotta like wash it down with something.
He's probably going into desert after all that talk.
So if you're just washing it down with more medicine.
Yeah, this is probably desert afterwards.
Oh, that's true. We got the
Yeah.
book. The book does things in this game. I forgot.
Yeah, it does more than read.
This is actually a perfectly sensible play now. I
Yeah.
forgot about the book. That might also be why he forgot about Tablet, is because when he saw the book, he was thinking, oh, now I can do Desert, and wasn't thinking about what else the book does. I'm sure he was thinking about it while he was in Spike Cave, just like we were, but...
Yeah. So it could be interesting if Anglhz does decide to check Ether Tablet.
Anglhz is doing Swamp.
Yeah, I mean, I like this from him. He needs to do something.
He does.
And if it ends up being a hook shot in here, this could be something that thalane will put off for a little while.
It could also be something interesting that's not the hook shot, like the fire rod or the cane. But it won't really be interesting anymore if the hook shot is free somewhere else.
Yeah.
It would have to be not free. It would have to be
Locked behind that item.
It have to be like in Ice Palace, because you don't really want to do Ice Palace without cane, so you like find the cane, and now it makes you want to do ice. But you could technically do it without it. Oh, Fire Rod.
Okay.
There is an item in back of Skull.
So that
Ooh, this is really interesting. Anglhz could decide to do... Oh, he can't. No, he just doesn't have the mitts. Yeah. He just can't do anything with Ped right now. It's not even on his mind. He's just going to do back of Skull.
But that might lead him back to back of Skull and then to Graveyard Ledge King's Tomb. So that's actually really good for him.
It'll get him there. And maybe back of Skull is something... I mean, if back of Skull is hook shot, that's really good for him. Especially if it lets him just, you know, keep piling on findings and thalane finds nothing. Because thalane might just find, like, the cane here, and maybe it's, like, front of TR. But then Anglhz has the Fire Rod. I don't know. It gets complicated.
It does, yeah.
It's because there's so many different items missing, and they all do different things to the route.
Yeah, I mean, this scene's finally opened up to the point it's like it's going to actually... A few decisions are actually going to matter now.
Oh, the Anglhz remembering have to do left side swamp this way.
The muscle memory.
It's even harder with Specky Clip giving you a free key every time.
Yeah.
But like hook shot only, you know, hook shot list is always the same. It's just hook shot list swamp. It's just NMG.
Yeah. Talking of NMG.
Oh, no magic. There's a pot. Get the pot. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Okay, third try. Oh, just in time.
Nice. But we might be seeing an NMG Landmo here.
Oh, yeah. We also might see, like, hammer strats.
Yeah, or sword spins.
Oh, okay, we're going NMG.
Yeah, we
I love it.
brought the bow out.
You can also get a little bit of mileage out of beams. Like, you don't have to chase down Landmos. Oh, he has tempered. Just do spins. All right.
Really good two-cycle.
That was really good. I think the beams maybe got in his way in that second cycle, but he did get there. Powder is found before Cane, as you predicted. So holding on to that mushroom just put an item in your menu you didn't need.
But that might lead the lane into Smith Chain now. Because even Thalane is... he's got all these locations dotted all over the world, so... It's not really easy for him to tie things together at this point.
I agree that Smith Chain is his most appealing option. I think he agrees too because he's in Sanctuary. So Anglhz now in left side swamp. It takes a really long time to get here. Getting his first chest, just the map. Hopefully it's actually an item. It really feels bad when you go there and it's map and compass.
Yeah,
and you know that someone who came in here with a big shot gets to skip it completely.
I had that yesterday.
Oh, that feels bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're just checking Ped. That makes sense. Because he wants to make a decision about Ice and wants to know if he needs to go in or not. But Ice is still 4 items even without Ped, so this could give him a direction if it is something good, but if it's not something good, I don't think it really adds value. Okay, it's not something good. So now Ice is just 4 checks instead of whatever was on there. So I think this makes him feel better about doing Smith Chain.
Yeah. The only problem is, like, you know you've done 2 pendants at this point.
Anglhz back on the mountain. What's he doing?
I think, is this Spike K?
Spike cave alone. Yeah. It's fine.
I'm surprised because finding that Fire Rod in Hookshotless Swamp, I would have thought, you know, you kind of want to hard follow that at that point.
I agree. But hard following is just one thing for Anglhz. It's just Mothula. It's just fine, but like.
Yeah, I guess essentially like that fire rod didn't really open up anything for him apart from one check, so he knows that's not his. He's not supposed to be his next piece of progression, and he's probably sure that he's looking for the mitts right now.
He's worried about his health going into Spike Cave.
He should be fine.
Yes, you can get there with 3 hearts and Burna, but you have to have good movement. But I still think he's good.
Yeah.
He had way more than 3. Oh, well, if he's using Cape, he definitely does need it. I think Burna would be higher chance of success. So Smith chain for thalane. The Cane of Samaria on the Smith.
Okay.
So that's progression, but it's doesn't do much yet. It's just Turtle Rock without the Fire Rod.
Yeah.
He's missing a piece of the puzzle here, and it's probably the Fire Rod and Swamp. So if Turtle Rock has the hook shot, it's still really good news for Anglhz. Anglhz will still have to get that cane eventually, but I think it's really hard to get to Swamp now for thalane.
It depends what opens up for him.
Yeah, I mean, unless he gets the hook shot.
Yeah, he might be more declined or inclined to go to Ice Palace than over Anglhz.
Yeah, if Ice Palace is hook shot, that's good for thalane. If Turtle Rock is hook shot, it's really good for Anglhz.
Yeah.
Anglhz needs to be bottlenecked. It's actually like really good for him to get bottlenecked, which I think is what's happening.
Yes.
And Anglhz wants thalane to have the world open up to him and not give him hook shot.
Yeah, and for Anglhz as well, he might not necessarily want to go straight up the mountain for 3 checks, like Super Bunny and the 1 hookshot chest.
Okay, I think I can see what Anglhz' thought process was doing Spike Cave first. He knew he was going to get this full magic refill. Might as well drain all your magic bar right when you know you're going to get it back.
Yeah, good heads-up play.
So here's purple chest for thalane. It is just bombs, but that's okay because he got something out of Smith.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Anglhz' go mode, he's not really losing time.
So it looks like he's heading up to this pool, so this might actually be Swamp over Ice.
Oh, that's... Okay. That's fine, but it's...
Or the big red bomb.
Oh, the bomb, yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see which direction he goes. He's not going down, yeah. You don't... Okay, is this bomb... He's not done Catfish yet, right?
No, he hasn't, so...
This bomb was available so long ago, he's probably expecting something to be here.
Yeah.
And he just thinks probably is, right?
Oh, he's doing the...
Oh yeah, he's doing the Agate
dupe, yeah.
That one requires a well-timed mirror press. And he gets
Gets it, very good.
It's not frame perfect, but you do have to know the timing. That strategy is used in, I think, the 100% speedrun.
Ah. Yeah, I've tried it once or twice, but I'm not very good with the bomb dupes.
Anglhz is showing us new stuff in Back of Skull.
I mean, for thalane, essentially all he'll have left is Ice Palace and Hookshot the Swamp.
Unfortunately for thalane, I think Ice Palace is like more appealing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's good. Maybe it gets him more stuff that he needs. If it gets him hookshot, that's great. But if it gets him anything but hookshot and hookshots and TR, then that's not so good.
I mean, so far these pendants have been absolutely useless. There's been nothing in them, so we'll see if that carries on with Ice Palace or if we can actually pull something out there. If it's the Ice Rod, if there's an Ice Rod in there, that might just bring thalane quite close to go mode, whereas Anglhz might never go to Ice Palace.
I think Anglhz is maybe losing some hits to those beams.
Yeah.
You do want to not have beams in this fight. Usually the problem sorts itself out eventually.
He's taking a hit now, so at least
yeah. Now you can actually deal damage, even though it's just Master Sword.
Yeah, might try to throw a few spins in there while Moth is sitting on the spikes.
There's a... I have mixed opinions about using spins on Moth. I think if you have like red mail, it's fine because you're like not going to die, but it does reduce your maneuverability by a significant amount. But he gets through. He still needs the other item though, which is in the other chest. So thalane is an ice.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense given his knowledge. So we'll see if this actually pays out for him right now.
4 chances for this to pay out.
I mean, Ice Palace isn't exactly the longest dungeon, but it just does still take some time to get through.
It is a little better with the cane. I'll have to admit. Like, I think I'd probably be going here too with the cane and not without it. Really, one of the worst feelings in the world is being in pendant ice without the cane.
Oh, the big keys.
Oh, well, you gotta go back. All right.
I mean, that's good because he still needs to get to that King's Tomb. So.
Oh yeah, it gets him out of the dungeon.
He needs to head that way anyway.
You know, if he had found something, there's not really much left that he can find that isn't behind the mitts. The hookshot would be the only thing, and that would be good for him. But he does need to get to those mitts eventually.
Yeah.
But the cane and the flute, they don't become relevant until you get the mitts. Or the ice rod. So the hookshot is the only thing that could lead him astray. Oh.
That's dangerous for Anglhz. There was nothing in the big chest there in the second item in Skullwoods.
Is this the item that it's like a boomerang or something?
I can't remember.
I saw an item on Thalane's side, just a heart piece. Clock's ticking. Oh, the item is in the middle. Anglhz didn't get it.
Oh.
I hope he doesn't go into the middle and then leave. Like, save and quit out.
Has he miscounted, maybe?
No, I think he just didn't do the middle because he doesn't have cane, and it's like kind of awkward to do from coming from the left. If you the normal movement you would do, and oh, he's just not doing it. Maybe he did it and didn't count. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Getting silver, so.
Okay, it's fine. It's not really
I mean, we'll take
worth
it.
Going to Ice Palace for, but it's nice.
Yeah.
We haven't done Vidi yet. Vidi's really easy with silvers.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the lane's fully loaded now, so you won't be getting any more upgrades for items, only hearts. But, I mean, he's pretty healthy. I think, is that 9, 10 hearts?
Oh, Thalane is done with items. He's just getting the green pendant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although the other out for Anglhz is that ether tablet.
Ether tablet. Oh no,
Which
yeah, that was.
the lane skipped out.
That's so hard to get back to. I mean, maybe a little better for Thalane because he has cane and can convince himself to go to Turtle Rock.
But Ice Rod and Silver Arrows.
Whoa, wait, hang on a second.
Oh.
He dropped down from. Anglhz dropped down from Graveyard Ledge and realized he can't actually do King's Tomb that way.
That's really unfortunate. That's going to be a time loss.
It's time cost. I think he's actually has no choice, right?
Yeah.
Is this his last location?
I believe this is last location for him.
That's fine then. It's a time loss, but at least he's going to get it.
Yeah.
He realizes his mistake. He probably knows it's either the mitts or the hookshot or the book. So there's green pendant. We get to find out what that is. If it's nothing, Thalane will probably just go to Swamp.
Yeah, you have to.
He could go to TR, and that's, I think, worse than Swamp. But for his situation, where he's thinking, well, I could have done Swamp a long time ago, but Smith Chain was kind of hard to get to, then maybe he would be more inclined.
Yeah. I mean, Hookshotless Swamp's one of these things that you never feel bad about going late to.
It also might be, maybe Ether Tablet's haunting him, and maybe he's thinking, I just need to get back there.
Yeah.
This would be his best chance. Angel's now in the right place. What does he do with these mitts? Hopefully not go to ice because it was just the heart piece.
No, he will need to go to ice. He's got the ice rod.
Oh, it's got the ice rod. I missed that.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ice Palace, Smith Chain, and Swamp, eventually. They both have rods the other's missing. Thalane's ice rod doesn't do anything for him except mean that he has it.
But I think it's what you were saying, like he's haunted by that ether tablet.
Yeah,
so
like, here he goes.
Yeah.
Oh man, what if it's one of those TRs where you can go all the way through?
I mean, that's kind of what Anglhz needs at this point, because I don't see him going to Ice Palace at this now till quite close to the last location.
Literally be doing it now because he just got 3 hearts out of Link's house. I think he's going there now.
Oh wow, okay. That's really good for him then.
He still needs to do Smith Chain, but
Yeah.
it's good that he's doing this because Smith Chain leads to more. The Ice Rod is, you want to get that first.
Yeah, we'll lose time over thalane.
It's actually like impossible for Anglhz to double dip TR now because you can just, he'll have all the rods and the canes by the time he gets there. Whereas thalane is going in. He's he's committed.
I mean, we'll see how far he can get. Like, the best thing for him, either find the hook shot in the first chest, which will send him straight to Swamp, or just nothing in there.
And that will send him to Swamp.
Yeah, exactly. It's only dangerous if it takes him the further he goes through to find nothing.
Oh, he's locked
And
out.
that's it.
It's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hook shot was good too. Second best case scenario for thalane.
So yeah, Angel's getting that fire rod. Did give him a little bit of an advantage. Hasn't been able to capitalize too much.
Yeah, it's weird. It's their hook shot is in TR, right? Or it's behind the flute in TR.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other possibility. So you had to do this hookless swamp play, and thalane loses time double dipping TR, whereas Anglhz gets to single dip it, but he spends a lot more time getting to his mitts.
Yeah.
Especially because of the little goof up with the mirror portal.
Yeah, and of course he doesn't have Samaria for Ice Palace, so he's having to go the long way around.
I mean, that's good for him. It's good that Samaria is the thing he's missing because he's going to get the ice rod. It's not going to do anything for him.
Yeah.
The only thing he can do now is go up the mountain and do 3 checks, or do Smith and do more than 3 checks, I think.
Yeah. So actually, in terms of routing, like, it's going to work out better for him.
This trick is kind of hard. You place 2 bombs and you have to dash turn to bonk, but dash turning is pressing A and you have to not be too close to your bomb or else it'll just pick up a bomb.
Fortunately for Anglhz, that first chest was a key, so I was able to just go straight through the door.
It's a very convenient fairy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have... Okay, so thalane gets the fire out here. He keeps going.
Yeah, bit of a shake of the head.
That's a hard decision. Because you think, well, if it was just go here and then TR, then, you know, I'm just behind, but... I'm not sure what I would do.
Yeah, it is a tough decision, this one.
There's the ice rod. It's icebreaker chest. Okay. Which is a little harder for Anglhz to get to than thalane.
Yeah.
It's strange that if we really don't want Anglhz to go up the mountain yet, because nice glitch. If he does, he will get the book and get sidetracked into desert. We kind of wanted to be able to just go mode desert if we wanted to catch up to thalane.
Yeah, that's very true. I forgot about that book. But he might be thinking, Ped, like, this might be why he's done the 2 Ice Palace so early.
Oh, that's right. He didn't get to check it.
Yeah. So that could lead him into Smith Chain afterwards. So
He'll turn in Green Pendant, he'll pull Ped, and then hopefully
Yeah.
Smith Chain. And there's silvers for him. Where was the sword? I guess that was the hover chest from Shock Cave. You might not have a sword. There is another one out there. Maybe it's just sitting in Turtle Rock. You know it's a bad seed when the Ice Rod and Ice Palace isn't even the worst of
Yeah.
the things that you're getting handed.
yeah, when Ice Rod in Ice Palace Pendant isn't go mode.
It's something you find on the way to worse things.
Yeah. So Thalane about to get the bad news that nothing's over here, so I can imagine he was going to go straight to Turtle Rock after these.
Yeah, Skull
last
was
check.
and then TR, I think, because
Oh,
there's
yes.
an item there. But he could do either. It doesn't really matter. There isn't an option for him to, or maybe slightly small chance like he finds the flute in Skull and can do TR last, but
Yeah, I think that's the only thing he's going to be able to link together, really, like, because the Skullwood boss is just isolated in as a location now.
there is something to be said for being able to use the flute to get to, you know, like you activate your flute and then you do Skull, so you're already making that trip to CAC, whereas if he's doing Skull now, he has to run there, and maybe that's what he's thinking, why he's doing TR first.
Yeah, I prefer this decision. There's 5 items there. You know, progression's probably going to be in there. And if it's not, then you haven't really lost any time. Because, I mean, we're still definitely looking for 2 items and possibly Ether. I mean, on a casual boots, and we're 120, and we're still 2 items from go mode.
The Anglhz is heading probably to what you predicted, the pedestal and the Smith
Yeah.
chain. Hopefully the Smith chain.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a smart play here for him. I think if you're going to do Ice Palace anyway, it's not, even if you had the book, it's not a bad idea to just blind pull Ped. You've done the other pendants, there's no harm.
And remember, both runners are behind, so they both need to make big plays to beat the other one.
I mean, there's a big play here, remembering he doesn't have the hook shot and going the correct way.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. We are going to get a Ped pull.
Okay, so what are we going to find first? Are we going to find the flute or the hook shot?
I'm going to say, yeah, the flute.
And
mean-
question number 2, will one be locking the other or will they both be here?
Now you're asking too many questions. Let's say that one's going to lock the other. I mean, either way, we're quickly running out of checks, and whatever we find, we're just going to have to follow. So it does look like this is now the Smith chain here for Anglhz, so he is on the right path, and once he gets that Samaria, we'll probably be heading into Turtle Rock as well, so...
He will have no choice.
Yeah.
Turtle Rock, maybe do that first and then do Super Bunny, thinking that maybe Hookshot might show up in Turtle Rock and he can do Hookshot Cave.
Yeah. That'd be really good for Anglhz if he was able to find Hookshot, because he'll be able to get that sword afterwards.
It's a little unfortunate for Anglhz that he won't have the sword for Trinex, unless there's one here.
Okay, well, we're not worried about that medallion anymore.
I didn't even think about Meyer Medallion as something we have to worry about. I'm really glad we don't.
Yeah. Oh, if it's just so focused on that Hookshot.
Okay, Anglhz remembering to save and quit. All of them have done a great job remembering to save and quit.
Yes.
Since that one time.
Okay, I always end up doing it at least another 3 times each seed.
Yeah, fool me once, right? This is really drawn out. I mean, we're in Mimic Cave. We still haven't found any of the items.
This is what they call a hundo seed. Like where you just kind of got no choice but just to clear everything. That's the save and quit there for Anglhz. So this is probably the mountain play, I'd assume. There we go.
Anglhz might get to go mode desert if the items show up in the right order. Oh, no. Mind the gap.
Yeah, it's chaos everywhere.
Oh, he almost fell off again. Oh, glad he didn't. There it is, the flute.
Okay.
It's the third to last Turtle Rock check. And the hookshot next to each other. Let's go.
Excellent.
Hour and 25-minute go mode. That's
Suddenly go mode.
I have noticed people will call an hour 30 minutes a hell seed for this mode.
Yeah.
So go mode at hour 25 is a sign that things have not gone so great with the item placements.
Yeah, and even after this, we've still got another 3 dungeons for thalane to clear. So with go mode just like that on Laser Bridge, I wonder if Anglhz will check Hookshot Cave afterwards and get his sword.
Questionable. I think he's more likely to check chests in the back of Swamp.
That's true.
And he might get lucky. There's still one more out there.
Maybe he's just not worried. You know, you've got silver arrows.
What's he thinking here? He's thinking, oh, he's going to check him now. It's not going to help him. Maybe he's thinking if there's a sword here, he wants it for Trinex and not after.
Well,
which, unfortunately for him, he doesn't hover, does he?
No.
So he's not going to get it.
Yeah. I mean, he's right in the conclusion there. Could be a sword here.
Yeah, the logic is sound. He has 3 checks that he can get and 3 he can't, and just so happened the sword was in the one he can't. I think they're done saving and quitting. They can finally start mirroring and fluting.
Yeah. I mean, such a late flute anyway just never helps.
I didn't even think about how this will get Anglhz the book, which is actually superfluous for him.
Okay, I'm really glad he didn't go over to Ether Tablet
No,
once he picked that.
that would be... He's probably thinking he'll go after if he doesn't
Yeah.
find Go Mode here, which he will, so he's in luck. I can understand the Master Sword, no half magic Trinex is tough. It's not an easy fight. And I don't think he has any magic extensions in his bottles. Angel's also doing this room correctly. And thalane go-moding, quote unquote, Skullwoods at least won't have to follow the big key into the big chest to get the item. And likewise, Anglhz will get to go-mode Desert.
For these runners, I'm kind of hoping it's a God Maya. Just, oh, taking a death.
Oh, rough. Where was he, Chomps?
I think it might have been Chomps. So
That's not too bad.
No.
Maybe he needed the heal.
Oh,
Oh.
getting hit hard. I'm in a bit of difficulty there. And it actually was Ether as well, so good they found that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ether was here. Right, it's on
Yeah.
the way.
I
It
mean,
wasn't somewhere Anglhz that's going to miss.
no, it was, I think it was in
Big chest or something.
lava
or-
chest or something. So unless he decides to, you know, go mode style, should be picking it up.
Go mode style when you're not in go mode would be pretty bold. When you know it's here. So I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see it happening either.
I could see it happening if you got the fleeting hook shot
Yeah.
first. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that.
But then you're an hour and 31 into a casual boot siege. You're probably expecting your opponent to stick their hand up any moment. You might just... you haven't got many choices to skip stuff left. So you might just decide, like...
Hey, you got what you asked for.
Nice.
Oh, not even getting the fairy. I guess he has everything in the
Yeah.
world.
He's got powder, so he's not too worried.
He also has silver arrows and the
Yeah.
lamp and yeah, it's... So 3 required items in Turtle Rock.
Yeah. I mean, that was the moral of the seed, really. Just find all the items for Turtle Rock and go there.
And both the rods were in terrible locations.
Yeah.
One of them was in swamp, so double dip, and one of them in pendant ice. The cane was in in the smith chain.
Yep.
Also bad. No flute smith chain required.
Yep. And then those mitts were hard mirror locked in King's Tomb. So.
Mitts in King's Tomb. That is,
Yeah.
You can't even do the cool thing.
Yeah.
The Tomb Raider trick. Because no hook shot.
I mean, that's a meme in itself right there.
Tomb Raider is not a meme in certain modes, but it is a meme in this mode.
Yeah.
So just swamp left for Thalane and then GT. So much left to do after go mode because 3 items were in there in TR.
The C's just really led them around and given them nothing.
I think some of these blue rupees they're finding are like decayed items like the shields and...
Yeah, at this point we're just fully loaded, so there's nothing really we're looking for.
Anglhz has to be a little careful. I mean, we might be seeing some safety door use on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, quite possibly.
He could get killed by a laser. I would feel better if he did it.
Yeah. Does have the magic, but magic is such a scarce resource in this mode.
Ooh, nice anti-fairy skip. That requires very clean movement in the dam. You have to hit the lever early enough that when you dash out, you can go over the anti-fairy. A little safety health. I don't know. Maybe he's just going to go for it. He just wants to see it over. Because Trinix isn't easy either. He has to do the Master Sword no magic extension fight. Or the hammer. Hammer and Master Sword is a matter of comfort. Some people like one over the other, or both.
And straight for that safety door.
There we go.
Has no potions either, of course. With that flute being late, you don't necessarily go over there.
There is a red available in Waterfall. I don't know if he still has it, but the pyramid was just a B. But the red doesn't... I mean, it keeps you from dying, but I think the main difficulty of this fight is the magic.
Yeah. I find that's the hardest part of this whole mode in general.
The lack of half magic, definitely.
Yeah.
You feel the pinch.
Yeah.
Anglhz, wow, he's just...
He's just like, no, I'm in go mode.
That's really surprising being on Master Sword.
Yeah.
Because he actually had a chance to find something good there. That's a sign that he's not doing Hookshot Cave. He's
Yeah.
just going to go. He wants us over just as much as anyone else would.
Yeah. Well, it's taken a few deaths and had some unfortunate RNG, so probably feels behind even though, like, this seed, like, they're both essentially full cleared. So it's probably just taking any time saves that you can right now.
Going for the hammer strats. Oh, he gets a cancel. That didn't count. He has to be careful.
I think he missed that one.
This is where it gets really difficult. Is
Yeah.
You start getting these hits that don't count because of the timing, and the upward hammer hitbox is pretty awful.
Yeah. I mean, even to this day, it still throws me those cancels.
If you hit the ice head from the side, you have a chance of getting double hits. Oh, that's really aggressive moves from Trinix. Okay, he gets that one down. He can win this fight, but it's really hard to hit the fire head with the ice head, the ice rod. Like that. Yeah, that's... Oh. And if you pause, you can, like, frame rule the head, too, so you have to be careful with that.
It's got one more shot
One
here.
more shot. And he is also in one-hit KO. Just baiting out that head. No, there it goes.
No.
Oh, he got safety door, though.
Yeah.
There goes the mirror. I would almost want a death warp.
Yeah, I would have just taken the death. Don't think he's got any fairies. But hey, while we've been talking about that, Thalane has picked up all 7 crystals and is now heading to GT.
Hour and 36 going into GT. I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
So hard. And I think any mode you start, like, unless it's cross keys or something, you start thinking, no, this is not a good feeling.
After this seed, for both of these runners, they're going to have to take a little bit of a break because it's this is one that really plays with your mind.
At least they will get to take a break. This is the last race of
True.
groups, not counting the tiebreaker series.
That's very true.
What a way to end the groups.
Yeah.
A no-stakes race that just feels bad for everyone playing it. What more could you want out of Rando?
Well, I'm hoping with this being no stakes and being such a terrible seed, that will be the...
Oof.
Oh. The plane race will actually be quite a nice seed, and because that will be happening quite soon after this race is concluded. There'll be a little bit of setup time. So yeah, if you've been following along with this tournament and want to see how it carries on, then stick around. I believe Rick has been saying in chat, it's looking towards 8:15 or approximately Eastern time. So meanwhile, attempt number 3 for Trinix. Gets it down this time.
As bad as it feels watching people like cycle through a boss deaths, it is cool to see them improve with each attempt.
Mm-hmm.
You learn something with each try. It's kind of how playing games works when you're playing them blind.
There we go. Should be able to get it down this time.
I think that one did it.
Yeah, that was it.
So now he gets it with, I think he took no damage from that attempt, and I don't think he missed any rod shots either. Oh, his next hammer Trinex will be much more confident.
Yeah. Just wanted to go for spin, but gets knocked out the way. Fortunately, he had the health to keep going.
Yeah, he can take one more hit and be okay. He's on blue mail, but he does have to be careful. There we go. He's got it. Thalane, meanwhile, in the right side of GT. Yeah. Hoping for a fast big key, but you can't have everything.
Yeah, so he's already done DMs. I'm not sure what number we're on right now, but we're still looking. Has his mirror ready. As soon as we pick up this key, we are back to the front door. Not here.
Oh, chest turn. Let's go. Not even getting the hallway key. He already has 3. He knows he doesn't need it.
He should be fine. So I think this is chest number 12 coming up here. Are we going to finish the last race in the groups with a tower and big key?
Maybe. There's still a chance. Let's see if Thalane holds down right out of this room. Or if he needs to at all. He's got the mirror out. He's optimistic. He's wrongfully optimistic. Yeah, hold down right out of this door and it puts you on the warp. Perfect. Love to see it.
Okay.
And then you just spam Y with that hook shot.
And that's a nice little strat.
Or out there spreading the good word of downright, it's the best.
So last 4 checks here. A 1 and then a 3 before that dreaded tile room. Because I'm sure these runners aren't already feeling bad enough after this seed. With how we've had to clear everything, we might as well just clear the top as well. and fluff up our collection counter.
Oh, lag. I haven't seen lag in a while.
So I think this is 19, 20, and 21 here.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. And
Not
we got
even.
the chest turn.
Simultaneous big keys for Anglhz and thalane, just in different places. At least the big key of desert was also kind.
Turning off silvers to try and reduce some of the lag here. Now the rest of this should just be pretty textbook here for thalane.
Yeah, this looks like a practiced NMG gauntlet.
Well, I don't think he picked up any potions, did he?
He doesn't need them.
Oh, I guess he's got silver, so it won't be too bad.
He's got tempered sword.
Yeah.
He's good. He's got blue mail. He's invincible. It's a good gauntlet.
Yeah.
They're in Lambo at the same time, technically.
I mean, for Anglhz to finish off the rest of the seed, at least everything's quite straightforward for him. He's going to get his Godmire.
Taking a purposeful fall at the torches.
So do we fluff the mini helmet chests? Being careful not to jingle glitch.
I don't think you can jingle glitch anymore. But he could have gotten hit by the laser. I think that was what he was
Oh,
worried
maybe.
about. It looked like it was maybe a possibility. He's doing the strat that would get that chest, but just to get the magic.
So I wonder if we're going to get 8 blue balls from Aga 2 as well.
Oh no, don't remind me. Ooh. I don't think that counted as 3, but...
yeah, there's a nice recovery there, unless that was intentional.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's...
It's really hard to get any number of hits when there's a blue ball involved. Wow, I think that was like
that was very
1,
impressive.
2, 3 or something. Because he had all 3 at the first phase,
Yeah.
but it looked like none of them counted as separate ones.
That was a very good
But
Aga 2
he
fight.
hit every possible ball, and I think like half of them didn't count.
So this should be over pretty quickly. Already into phase 2 and soon into 3. Getting a nice 1-1.
Anglhz down to just swamp and GT left, while thalane is in Ganon.
Yeah, I mean,
Lots of... Okay, we're getting warps. How many warps is that? Is that more warps than blue balls? Oh.
Nice, we should get a triple out of this.
Yeah, normally you don't go for Torch Glitch and Silver's Ganon, but when you can get him to stop in a triples location like that, it's definitely worth doing. Oh yeah, that was a perfect phase 4 for thalane, as he takes this race against Anglhz.
Yeah, makes
the final race in the group stage.
Making a clean sweep here through the groups.